Hello everyone, it's Nahan here, and today we are going to attempt to make the most valuable sword in hydroneer. This has been attempted many times before with varying ranges of success. Based entirely on the thumbnails, the most valuable sword I saw was by Dangerously Funny at a value of 33 million. A truly impressive feat, but I think I can do much better today, with the help of my massive mining array that has been running in the background of my last two hydroneer videos. I'm at a playtime of 117 hours, so it's at least been running for 40 to 50 of those. So let's see how many materials it's stored up in that time. Let's turn this bad boy off just by disconnecting the water supply. All materials are stopped, so we have our glow bar, iron, gold, cloudium, and core stone. All the different bars that could be of value. For starters, the illumination bar is worth nothing. Trash. We have our iron bar, which comes up to 36.5 million. Our gold bar comes to 45.2 million. Cloudium comes to 11.8. And finally, our core stone, the most valuable bar in the game, comes to a measly 2.18. So even though it is the rarest and the most per weight, we don't have nearly the quantity to compete with our cloudium, gold, and iron. So in making our sword, we have to choose 3 of these materials to make it out of. Core stone is easily the worst one, so we'll just put this back there on the back burner. And if we plan on combining all of our cloudium, iron, and gold, it comes to a grand quantity of 93.5 million. And that's before even turning into a sword, which increases the selling price by 30%. So somehow we've already reached our goal, but that kind of begs the question, how good is my current mining setup? Which means I should probably give a tour on how it functions. The gist of how it works is we have a water supply with these filters that are intake boosters that increase water pressure to make the miners go faster, because if you have a higher water pressure going through your pipe, it mines the ores faster. Along with that, I have an automatic healing setup where there's a sensor that's like, hey, this guy's broken. Sends a sensor up to here, sends a spanner to heal this whenever it breaks, because we have dirty water going in. It slowly degrades our filters, and then one of them breaks. It's better that the filter breaks and gets repaired than breaking one of our miners back here, which if we follow our pipe all the way to the back, we have a sieve that breaks down the dirt chunks, puts the big old chunks of nuggets to be sorted, and then back further we have a conveyor belt centering the items with a row of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 miners all supplied with water. Well, not all of them, because lag gets a little bit insane if I have them all running. But for the heck of it, let's hook up our tier 2 and our tier 1 setup. Because while I'm trying to do other stuff, I don't really want lagging, so I just had the tier 3 running and called it a day. But now we can see the dirt is spewing down the lines of the tier 2 and 3, combined with the tier 3, and that is a bunch of dirt going into our sieve. Way too many resources to see a distinct one. Then we have splitting out emeralds, sapphires, onyx, and ruby to be compressed into gems. Then a glowstone, iron, gold, cloudium, and core stone. Definitely a little bit over the top, and did not have to clear out nearly the entirety of this mining area, but here we are. Since I have this crazy mine setup, it does make me curious how much money it generates per hour, so let's run a test. I'm also crazy close to 100 million in raw resources, so it'd be a crime not to get there. To run the test, let's disconnect the water supply to stop generating the ores, recombine all the ores we just weighed, and pour out the cauldrons to start at a completely empty state, so only the ores generated are counted. As a little safety precaution, I do want to put in my funnels, because I have had issues where I've nearly lost a save file due to lag. This clip took place off camera during my video about farming until I broke the game. Turns out mining could also do it. I just wanted to be a simple farmer and escape the mines, but one way or another, I guess their call is too strong. Fortunately, the lag is only getting worse, so time is not on my side. I don't really know what's gone wrong. It's been running for hours now, so my best guess is a dirt clump got stuck and the rest decided to follow. But ooh, this lag is definitely brutal. I've made it now, so all I've got to do is somehow get down there. Yeah, this is not going to work. I think I need to put out the big guns and clear all the ores. I really wanted to see what was going on down there, but it's not gonna allow me. So maybe something will be there if I go and check it. The verdict is absolutely nothing looks off. Back to farming then, I guess. So yeah, after having that experience, I am humbled by how laggy this can be. I have no idea why it was laggy. I couldn't get down here to actually see what the issue was, but let's try to avoid that. We have our funnels, should divert the items into the cauldrons, and let's connect up our filter and let it run for an hour. All the glorious ores are being churned out. Beautiful automation is in progress. So in the meantime, there is only one thing I haven't done in hydroneer, which I can do now to pass the time. It's fishing. I have done literally no fishing, and there are a tier of rods that I need to get. So let's do that. I need to find a shrimp. If you ask me, I don't really think it would be in the river, but we're gonna find out. Okay, one more fish, and then we're relocating. Come on, I believe in you. Give me the shrimp. Nope. Okay, well, we gave it a decent shot. There's a little bit of variety, a boot, a lot of sardines, and one singular cod. I'd say that's a bust. Let's try a different fishing hole. Oh, but the fish stock market is up, which is something I do need to check on. I'm not sure when the stock market updates, but if we're going to try and get the most valuable sword in hydroneer, we do want to use the stock market to the max. I've seen it go up to 120. So 114 is not bad at all. May as well just sell the fish. No use just leaving them to rot on the coast. I mean, you're probably not the biggest fan of me just leaving them there. And I'm honestly curious how lucrative the fishing business is, especially this boot. So verdict is we have grand total of 200. That is not anything. What? Tell me the boot's worth something. Oh, that's only one? What? How about this big boy? I think this is our biggest sardine. 18. Okay. Fish is not lucrative in the least bit, but I will take it. Take my boot. I don't want it. Oh, it is worth. That was worth 0? Oh, what? Oh, and we crashed that stock market. I'll take my little profit and scurry away then. Minor stock market crash aside, I believe a fishing spot is over by where I set up the mega farm at. If we just cut our way through a nice flat area that I wish I could have used. And yeah, there's even a little dock over there. I wonder how fast it's gonna take. Oh geez, what was that rod doing? I've given it a few good old tries, so far no luck, but the fish do look actually quite a bit bigger. But the sun is setting, and before I go to bed, I do want to check something. I need to find out when the stock market updates, so I want to see if sleeping makes it update across days, because if that's the case, we can oscillate through them quite quickly to get a desired sell price. So if I locate over here, I believe here is our gold stock market. Looks like it's up a little bit. 110, that's not bad at all. So then if my suspicions are right, I run over here just to take a little snooze. And on this new day, we should see a new price. And the verdict is yes. Okay, it went down 106.1. So we're going to fish another day. I'm going to check and see if it changes throughout the day. 106.1, remember that. I probably won't. I'm just going to be here fishing away and hopefully we find something. Oh, what? That was a big one. What was that? Oh, just a cod. But that's a big cod right there. that's what I'm talking about. Still no shrimp though. Oh, and we caught 100 fish. Still no shrimp though. I guess we'll just have to keep going. We're officially halfway through the mining trial, and my fishing hook is buried. Can I move? Ah, I can move. A little bit of a tower issue. Does it explode? And they don't. So let's sift through all the gravity to find fish in the hopes of finding a shrimp. I don't see any red hue to the pile, so the shrimp's probably still eluding me. The fish I have seen so far are a cod, sardine, flying fish, and herrings, but unfortunately no shrimp. And that's a lot of fish. And another day is passing. So you know what that means. Stock market check. Have you changed at all? Verdict is absolutely not. Beautiful. so I can control when it changes by sleeping. Just a sanity check, I'll take another nap, and yes, the stock market went down even more. So when the time comes to sell the multi-million-dollar sword, I can manipulate it to a desirable price. But for now, it's time to fish for a shrimp or until something interesting happens. Ooh, wait, what was that? That was a chunky fish. Or is that a boot? No, that's a pufferfish. Yeah, chunky little boy. Is that a new one? Mackerel. Ooh, we're on to something. Getting some new fish I haven't seen before, so the shrimp's gotta be close. I'm feeling it. Oh, I think I got it. Yes. Prawn. I wasn't even going after shrimp. Wait, is it prawn or shrimp? I'm not sure anymore. What I do know is this is what I need. Ooh, do I have a prawn for you, good sir? You want a prawn? You got a prawn. Take her away. Wait, that's gotta be pufferfish. Oh, if I brought my fish with me, I could have gotten the next level of fishing rod. In the meantime, I just got the wonky fishing pole that claims to be slightly wonky, but probably a step up from the previous pole. I admire the honesty of whoever crafted the fishing pole, but the probably is not very reassuring, so let's go back to the fishing spot and fetch the pufferfish and get the next fishing rod level. My good sir, you want a pufferfish? I'm gonna pretend like that's what you want. Here it is! Got the old slippy grip fishing pole. It looks like it's been dropped a few times. Why not one more? Cool. Maybe a second. I think that's good now. So we're looking for what I'm assuming is a crab. So now I just need to find that rod back. Yeah, ranks repull. So the question is, how long is this crab going to take to get? I imagine quite long. And while we have this ample time to fish, I'm wondering what the improved rod actually does. Does it make the fish bigger, or does it increase the chance of getting rarer quality fish? Like, I imagine the prawn is considered rare. Crab is probably rare. I haven't seen it. Might be some stuff I haven't seen yet either. I guess we'll compare our piles of fish and see if we notice something. Ooh, there's a new one. What do we find now? A little swordfish. Oh, that's a cute little guy. I usually think of it bigger, but I'm not judging. Well, I guess I kind of am judging, but not harshly. Oh, now that's a lot better. Yeah, look at that swordfish. A lot bigger than the other one that we had. That's respectable. And our time is nearing the 1 hour mark, and I do want to leave a little bit early to stop the machine. Ooh, I'm really pushing our tie. Let's do a quick little look. Are these fish bigger than the other ones? I mean, there's a sardine. Are there sardines over here? And that's a herring. Mackerel. Herring. See, I think in general the fish are bigger. Yeah, because that's the first rod. This is the second rod. Yeah, I'd say those are smaller. We have about less than 2 minutes to get back to our mining thing, so that is cutting a little bit closer than I would like. We're right on the door, about minute 10. I think that means we're good. If I do an unstuck here, does it? Yes! Haha, fast travel. I know it would work, and we got a minute to spare. Why was I even worrying? Looks like no clogs, so that's always good. I'll just be standing here at the ready. And we stop it right there. Right on the dot. Let's do some assessing. So for me personally, I mainly just care about things that actually give us value. So glow bar, in theory, how much do we make per hour? 12,000 pounds. I don't think we actually use that in an hour, because we do actually use them. They boost the water flow at the source, so water flow is going to decrease in pressure as it goes down this pipe I have feeding our thing. So if we have a lower pressure, they run slower than they would at max speed. So at the beginning of each of the miners, I have a power boosting module that has a charge bar in it that boosts this pressure up to what the source pipe is. So then these mine at their max speed, and it just decreases slowly as it goes down the line. For the tier 1s, I didn't really care about making them go faster. They're kind of doing piddly work as is, but for the tier 3, you better believe I put another one of them there. So tier 3, tier 2, that are boosted. I also had a boost thing at my farming plot to increase the range of the sprinklers. So they do have use. Do I go through 12,000 pounds an hour? I don't really think so, but it's always nice to have. Then we can go with our core stone per hour we get, 109,000 coins worth and 4,000 pounds. So for me, the main thing that I would use core stone for is making more tier 3 miners, which is right here and takes 80 core stone, 500 cloudium. So we can make 5 miners per hour, which is actually quite insane. But 109,000 is not something to scoff at. I can use this core stone for combining with my jewels, so I can make a necklace with the jewels, because to make them, it requires 2 things, a metal and 1 of a jewel. So I can take this, split it into, and then combine that with 1 of the jewels for my compressor, which, how much is this onyx? 1.6 million. So 1.6 million, 100,000, it'd be about 2 something million. But if we really want to see a true power of this array, the emerald is our big profit of 3.6. So not nearly as much as the bars, but a way to use their core stone, which I do think I'm definitely going to do. As for our big thing that we do care about, iron, 1.6 million. Our gold bar is 2 million, with our cloudium being 600,000. So more than the core stone at 100,000, but still nothing to compare with our gold and iron. So in terms of value of sword per hour, we can get 4.2 million coins, bringing our raw material value from 93.4 million to 97.6 million in only 1 hour, leaving a measly 2.4 million left to reach the 100 million goal. So let's consolidate all of our bars into cauldrons and let the miners run for a little longer. Shouldn't take more than an hour, and I'll be back here doing a little bit more fishing or losing my mind. Quite possibly both. Hey, and we found it. Surprisingly, that only took about like 7 minutes or so. So I'm not complaining too much. I was actually kind of relaxing. And while we're at it, that is a lot of fish. I do want to take the swordfish if I can find them back. There's one. That's kind of the bigger one. There's a tiny guy. Maybe the swordfish is something for the fishing rods. I guess we'll soon find out. My good sir, I am back and ready to get the upgrade to my fishing pole. Ooh, what do we got here? The placeholder fishing pole. So not good, not bad. It's a bit slimy. I don't really want to know why. We'll take it all the same. What's our next fish? Wait. Yes! I actually did plan. Swordfish. I put it somewhere. Yay, small guy. Cute little guy. I bet you feel robbed now. This is a swordfish. You can't stop me. You're gonna take this fish and you're gonna like it. Ooh, but this fishing pole though. Emerald fishing pole. Not sure where they get. Oh, I guess, yeah, that is an emerald. Okay, I take it back. Aptly named. Catches fish a little bit better than the last ride you had. I sure hope so. I just gave him a prize-winning swordfish for that. No expenses were spared. But on a real note, and what the heck is that? Well, I don't know what it is, but if I find it, I know I found it. From there, I started my hunt, first stumbling upon a shark which seemed cool enough to be a quest fish, so I added him to my truck's inventory. A short time later, the actual quest fish decided to show its ugly face, identifying as a monkfish, which I promptly took over to the fisher to get the real dream fishing pole, which I would never know if it's a dream because the next pole required a shark, which I coincidentally had. Gifted me the night rod fishing pole, possessing the singular trait of being impossible to find in the dark of night. I would not have to worry about that because I just never stopped fishing. There was no way to misplace it if you never set it down. There was no shortage of fish to catch either, as I searched for the final sea creature to unlock the max level fishing pole, the lobster. Easily the hardest sea creature I encountered, but I was up for the challenge. Or so I thought. I started optimistic, thinking I'd find it in a matter of minutes. I was sorely mistaken and humbled instantly, catching fish after fish, my pile ever growing with no end in sight, single-handedly driving the fish population closer to extinction. The only thing that knocked me out of my incessant hunt for the lobster was my mind array deciding it wanted to kill my computer with lag. Oh no, I'm feeling a little bit of lag. Okay, I think I need to go check on the mine. Oh yeah, that's lag. Truck, where are you? This is not a drill. No, we gotta go. We gotta turn it off. So I think there might be a chunk caught up in it. This is kind of a time matter. Okay, jump out, go. We do not have time to do anything. Unstuck. Boom, time skip. Jump down. Go through the grate. Oh my lord. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, let's just cut that out. That would definitely do it. That would make things laggy. So yeah, slight design flaw. Whenever I want to get emerald out, like how I showed the necklace, I have to switch out my metronome. That's a continuous, hey, compress this stuff, with a lever to toggle them open. So they just accumulated and didn't get compacted. You know what? While we got all this stuff gathered, yeah, let's have a little fun with this. Let's grab all these valuable stuff. Emerald, you get over here too. Oh yeah, that's a few frames lost. Everybody's got to have a pile of valuable gems to just lay on every now and then. I'll just clean up a little bit around the edges. And for the rest of the gems, I think probably the smart thing to do. Oh, not freeze. Oh, geez. Did I mess up? Oh, no. I pulled the magnet and it was right next to that emerald pile. Oh, is that going to explode? Well, we ticked up a little bit, so at least we're moving. Oh, that's going to explode. There were a lot of emeralds in there. It was at this moment I knew I messed up. Large quantities of emeralds compacted in a small area, trying to update all at the same time is bad. Don't do it. All I could do was patiently wait and pray my game didn't crash, since I really didn't know the last time I saved. Luckily, after a tense 8 minutes of slideshow frames, I got some movement and regained control of my game. Oh, the emeralds. What? Oh, and keep in mind that it's compacting as we're going. So this wasn't even all of them. That is insane. So if you ever have a huge pile up of resources, don't try to update all of them at the same time. Oh, and of course that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, we need to suffer through it though. Come on, get up there. I believe in you. Need to compact you down. Oh, that is a huge node. And it is chewing through all that. That was actually very satisfying. I'm surprised this worked that good. Oh, and there's our first crash. Yeah, I don't blame it at all. That is very justified. I'm concerned when my last save was though. It's taking a bit to load, which is concerning. Oh no. It loaded me before the crisis. So I think I should probably be smart and just stand here clicking for a bit, I guess. Or do I want to chance it and poke the beast again? Yeah, I think you already know the answer to that. I want to see this explosion going off right now, which actually ended up exceeding my expectations. Initially, you may be thinking, how can a pile of emeralds do anything spectacular? To which I say, I agree, but just watch. The emeralds started out their show by becoming a banana, then made the bold move of becoming a longer banana. I know, very creative. Perhaps too creative because, from that point, they lost all sense of uniformity, entropy taking hold and spreading them thinner. So fast that they rocketed downward to the floor, forcing the top of the stack to take a nest shape, finding every which way they could to escape. In all the chaos, they united one final time to form a cobra, or butterfly shape, whichever you see, creating order in the chaotic show for a brief moment before it crumbled before our eyes, gravity taking hold once more and falling to the ground to find their final resting place. Rather poetic. And to think if I hadn't accidentally crashed the game by force-feeding the compactor, we would have never known this story unfolded behind our back. Fortunately, I now was left with a mess to clean up. That, with the power of editing, never existed. Aside from the absurd stack of gems I now sleep on. Not very comfy or practical, but asserts my dominance on the villagers. With the apocalyptic gem crisis now solved, I started up the mining array to get even more resources for the ultimate sword, while I fulfilled my mission of catching the lobster. Hey, let's go. We got the lobster. My good sir, we are back once more. Perhaps last time? It's been great doing business with ya. Achievement, max level rod, master fishing pole, rank 8 pole. If you're holding this, you probably are good at fishing. Heck yeah, if the game thinks so, I agree with it. Also, considering the fact I've caught enough fish without a permit to put me in prison for life, I'd hope I'm good at fishing by now. On that note, I should probably make it look like I was never here before anybody catches on to my illegal fishing operation. Thankfully for me, the conservation mass is not a thing, and all the fish fit inside this singular bucket. That will sell for millions of dollars, just you watch. 5,400? Sure, I'll take it. Admittedly lower than I hoped for, but inconsequential when you consider we're about to sell a multi-million-dollar sword we're about to craft. To craft 3 weapons, all we have to do is, for safety measures, turn off of our money generator, pour out our iron, gold, and cloudium, chuck them on the scale to see what our raw material final cost is. So now we're at 103 million. Sweet, reached my target. So now with these bars, we can set them on our furnace so that they can be formed into a sword. Now the question is, which one do we want as the hilt, the guard, and the blade? Keeping in mind that 2 of them are a yellowish hue and the other one's a dark kind of gray color. Iron there, cloudium 2, gold 3, and why isn't it? There we go. Oh, that is actually clean. Look at that. Got a little bit of gleam on it. Now that's a sword. A really expensive sword. And 5.9 million pounds. I'm impressed I can pick this up. And concerned with whoever is on the receiving end. But I just make the sword. What the buyer does is out of my control. So there's our first weapon of mass destruction. We'll send that up above now for our 4 other ones, which instead of being a sword will be necklaces, so we can utilize the maximum profit from the jewels we have been compressing. So unfortunately, that does mean my pile of gems that I've been sleeping on has to go. The easiest way is if I move the pile over to where the filter conveyor line starts and shovel them onto it. Oh yeah, look at all those go. It's sad to see my roll bed go, but that waterfall of sapphires and rubies is indeed satisfying. With all of them combined, we come to a not too shabby 7.2 million coins, which I imagine the emerald is probably the most expensive one, so the one that we want to start with. Being at 3.8 million, I'd say, yeah, we have a clear winner. And I want to start with this one because we need to also have a metal source to make the band of the necklace. So I want to use a majority of the core stone on the emerald because whenever they combine together, they boost the sell price by 20%. Not nearly as good as the sword, which is 30%, but it still is something. Core stone is now heated up, I think, to the limit that we need it to be. Slap them on the anvil, grab our hammer, and we have a gorgeous necklace. Now at 7.5 million. More than deadly enough now, so off to the surface with you to wreak some havoc. As for the other gems, it was the same exact process, which all combined together come to 3.9 million, less than the singular emerald one. So that just shows how powerful having quantity over quality is. Now that our weapons of mass destruction have been crafted, let's disconnect our miners just for safety reasons. It may get a little bit laggy. Probably should remove that lever just in case. You know how dangerous that is. Now it's time for the fun part. Loading up all our valuable jewels and finding an unsuspecting stock market that is ready to be crashed. The first target of which is the weapon stock market, which is up today. How much though? 106. That is not half bad, but it's also not half good. I'm looking for like a bare minimum of 110. But just to entertain the idea, we could sell this for 142 million. Tempting, very tempting. But I must stay strong. I will be back, and you better have better rates. The other target is in Bridgeport and is the jewelry stock market, which has apparently already been struck by somebody. I expect better. I'll be back. Which now means it is a waiting game of going to bed to hope for better rates in the next day and constantly be disappointed or pleasantly surprised with the weapon stock market already being up almost at my target. Painfully close, in fact, that should I take it? I really don't know. It's so close, but it could go down, then just down and down, but it wouldn't do that to me. I'll put my faith in it. So I'll see you when I find a rate I like. Easier said than done, sadly. The necklace stock market was not having any of my shenanigans. Probably still scarred from the last time I sold to them, making me pay by being consistently in the red. Luckily, I had the weapon stock market balancing it out, being consistently in the green, but going up and down, refusing to crest the 110 mark. Until I finally gave in. Yes, 109.6. I know this is the price we started at, but I really don't think I will get anything better. I've slept so long, probably a month. This is not a good sleep schedule. I tried to play the system, but the system really played me, and honestly, 147 million, I can take the hit. There is nothing in this world that could make me spend all this money, so it's just nice to have a good paperweight. I'm really looking forward to see the plummet in the stock market though. How big of a dip did we cause? Optimistically, it'll be down in the low 90s. Despite all odds, it's endured. I flooded the stock market with a £5 million sword. The sword to end all swords. There should be no more demand for swords, but clearly there still is. So selling one obscenely massive sword did not do the trick. I've clearly failed at this stock market, so let's attack the jewelry stock market instead. Oh, come on, you're still in the red? I didn't want to correct my sleep habits anyway. I'll even watch myself sleep in spite of you. It's at 101.2%. I'd say that's more than enough for me to sell my necklaces. I'm not too picky. These aren't nearly as high dollar value as the sword. I'll take a little bit of extra profit. We're at 11.6 million. I will take that. And that is the crash that I was looking for. From 101 to 78.2. A 23% difference. Glorious. I've accomplished my goals for today and made a fat stack of cold hard cash. 100. Ooh, that's actually a good number. Look at that. 159,595,090. If I got 500 more coins, that would be perfect. But that would be a little too over the top, so that's where we'll leave it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time, where I plan to overthrow the king as the finale of this series. I'll see you all there.